We have a few cards here. Robin Douglas. If you would tell us who you are when you come up, and go right ahead.
My name is Robin Douglas. I'm with Lake County Anti-Bullying, and I'm here tonight to talk about bullying. The reason I started the Facebook group is because we need to talk about it. Because bullying means different things to different people. Some think it means fighting or physical contact. However, since 1999, almost 16 years ago, we've been defining it, creating programs to stop it, but they're not working as well and as fast as we would like. Why? From my most recent experience, I've had a real eye-opener with an elementary school here in Lake County and its anti-bullying procedures. I'm left brokenhearted. My son is left changing schools, losing his friends for the last 4 years, and is physically scarred. The reason is disconnects. My experience involved disconnects when calling the school and repeatedly being put through to voicemail of the guidance counselor, assistant principal, and principal on the same day. My experience is my son reporting to a teacher who's being teased and humiliated by the same students and the teacher not reporting it to the principal. My experience is trying to report my son being pushed and kicked and being told there first has to be an event before reporting anything. Disconnect after disconnect after disconnect. It's time to connect the dots. I've heard the guidance counselors are overburdened with administrative tasks. Why? Their job is to help our children when issues arise that need guidance. Teachers need to know how many times must a student tell them a complaint before it gets escalated to the principal. I believe no more than 2. Parents need to be responsible for addressing these concerns with the school and have open communication about what programs are being used to stop the bullying. I'm disturbed at what I found, and you should be too. The schools are responsible in their matrix to bring these reports down by implementing proper programs. And when they're not working and a child is hurt, where do we go for support? Where's the support for the parents? There needs to be action. Actions such as children experiencing empathy by seeing it in others. Actions by being selfless and giving to others, not just once a year, all year. Action by seeing their school and community are behind them when things may not be great at home. Our community has a lot to offer and some great resources that are underused. At this time, I'd like to reach out to the community, parents, teachers, and the board members to help make this change happen so we can see how great our schools can be. I do want to thank you all for listening this evening and taking the time out to hear my complaint.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Dodd.
I'd like to start off by extending some thanks to Ms. Douglas for coming out tonight and sharing her son's bullying story. Things like that, I can tell, are not very easy to share. And the way she spoke, I could sense the emotion there. She is one of the folks that came out to my coffee and conversations this past week, and so I was really excited to see that. But, I think she was spot on, and we had this discussion already about the role of guidance counselors. And I don't think it's the first time it's come up on this board, but it seems nowadays guidance counselors spend very little time actually guiding and counseling. They are tasked with a whole bunch of other things. So I think that is something very important for perhaps us to continue to look at, maybe in the strategic finance plan focus, or, in the scope of that maybe, or somewhere. If there are truly jobs that need to be done, then I would be interested in finding somebody to do those jobs, and relieve the guidance counselors and allow them the opportunity to help us in targeting this issue. Particularly when we notice the reduced time that we've got in the classroom for character development, maybe that potentially exacerbates the situation and makes the problem more difficult for us to combat. The other item I would like to mention is that
Ms. Brandyberg.
Thank you. Last week, I had a chance to go over to the Daily Commercial and meet our 4 essay contest winners from this year, and I would like to thank Don Marks for his leadership. These 4 students will be joining us for Lake County Days up in Tallahassee, and we have 4 very dynamic students from our, actually 2 are from Mount Dora, from 3 of our high schools. So look forward to being up there with them. I would like to say thank you to the voters for coming out and supporting the renewal of the penny sales tax. 71% of the people voted in support, and they realize the needs that we have in Lake County and in our school system, and to the thought of losing $13 to $14 million a year, if that was not renewed, would have hurt in so many different ways. So thank you to our voters. Carmen had asked me if I would just share a little bit about the Renaissance Fair. It was held Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it will be again this Saturday and Sunday. And there were 2,500 students from Lake County schools out there on Friday. She had students come over from Volusia County, Seminole County, and Orange County. And she said it was just great all 3 days, and they're up about 5% over last year. So again, this Saturday and Sunday at just past Lake Idemere Park in Tavares. It's a fun time, and I'll be out there Saturday volunteering.
And the overflow traffic was a lot. I went down that road to see. Oh, yeah, they're parked everywhere.
Yes. Talk about robotics. Bart Nash held the robotics competition this past Saturday, again at Carver Middle School, and there were 70 teams from across the state who participated. And congratulations to Fruitland Park Elementary, whose students took first and second place, and also to the students at Carver Middle, who took first place in a couple of the different areas. Fruitland Park Elementary is going to be hosting a robotics competition on December 12th, and it is just amazing to see what our students are doing with these robotics. But I cannot thank Bart Nash nearly enough for what he does. His heart is in this. He has trained so many other teachers in different schools. Students have started out, gone through, and into high school, and Bart Nash is just amazing. So really thank you very much. And thank you to all of our employees. You do so much for our students and for our community each and every day. And so I say thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Mr. Mathias?
First, I'll recognize Ryan Gillespie, who's also a good partner with media, and enjoyed seeing him at our victory bash that we had on the winning of the sales tax. I will tell you, Board, that I was honored to be the representative and liaison to Impact Lake that ultimately drove the marketing and the fundraising. I want to recognize Michael Holland, Mayor of Eustis, who was the liaison between the cities, Tim Sullivan, liaison for the county. But I will tell you what takes us over the top, and what takes us over the top is the spirit of our employees. And without Kim and without Stuart, I don't think we would have seen the same result. So I am grateful and I'm humbled, not only financially, but also they came out and voted. So that's even more important. I also will say, with that said, I am disappointed to hear that we're at impasse with our SEIU. I really pray that this can get sorted out, because now should be a time of celebration and unity, and I am hurt at the fact that we aren't right now. Mrs. Douglas, I first read on Facebook your story, and I will tell you that I appreciate you coming forward and speaking to us tonight. I want to recognize Mrs. Banks, Serena Banks, because I saw her take you outside. And that's what this district is about, is you sharing a need, and I saw it being recognized, and I hope that this gets sorted out. So, again, it was 71.47% for anybody that's keeping track. Thank you.